Yeah.
What's going on, fellow hobby hunters? My name is Hev7erx.
The Redx, aka Derek, if you know me.
And guys, we haven't done one of these updates in a while, but we saw so much coming out in Kill Team. We got so excited. I want to just say, it felt like a kid on Christmas.
Yes. I was going to say something about you're lucky I'm not Jewish, but then climate change in the world right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, but you get the idea. The general concept. I mean, the fact that we got Blood and Zeal with Sanctifiers and Goremongers, and then on top of that, we also got Tyrannids.
Typhon. The next box coming out is Typhon? Something Typhon, I think. I could look it up, but Tyrannids.
I think a lot of people were really excited to see a Tyrannid army, but why were you excited?
So Tyrannids is something I've been waiting for a long time.
2,000 years later.
I kit bashed and green stuffed Termagants into Kasserkin because there's no Tyrannids. And now there's Tyrannids. I'm kind of curious how this is going to go because it's a 5-unit team. So that's the lowest number in the game so far.
Well, we also saw that they're just Reavers right now, right?
They're all Raveners.
Raveners, sorry, my bad.
And they got some mutations, like one spits poison. Like they all have different shit.
What do you think the little hive piece they showed everyone and teased them is going to be? Is it like a place marker where like they like will start and like that's how far they can burrow and come back?
Ooh, I didn't think of that because that's one of the things I wanted to bring up. Is like when I first saw the pictures, I was like, they're gonna have some kind of weird, you can't see them mechanic, a la like Nemesis Claw or some kind of movement shenanigans. And guess what? They have a movement shenanigans where they go underground and pop up somewhere. So that's gonna be interesting to see for a 5-model team. Which I'm assuming for 5 models, but you know what happens when you assume. They're going to have a good number of hit points. I'm pretty sure they're going to have Marine level hit points, or something that's going to really negate that.
Yeah, I mean, because like if you think about it, like they could also possibly like because that's what I'm wondering where the hive plays in. Is it like a base for like the hive mind, or is it for that where they spawn like maybe? So if one dies, another one could spawn as a mechanic.
Well, I guess supposedly rumors are there might be some Termagants in the box, Termagants or Homagants in the box. So they might be like a Blades of Cain option or something like that, kind of where you can ditch one of them and get like a X amount of little guys maybe.
Oh, see, that would be kind of cool.
That's just an idea. I'm not sure. That's just what I was reading on Reddit. So take that with the biggest grain of salt you can shove down your throat.
I mean, you're right. And that's the kind of cool part about it is like, I think that exchange might be there. Because again, they were showing these pieces like you wouldn't include, unless it's just like just terrain piece. It could just be a terrain piece and we're just like over hypothesizing. What do you guys think it was like?
But on the opposite side of that box, Mechanicus. We're finally getting some Mechanicus, and as a person who
okay, but you know I called this right when you read the whole Vulcan story, like
calling it.
Yeah, because they were literally talking about the Mechanicus and their data center and everything else, and I'm going like, so when are we gonna get the Mechanicus kill team? And then they revealed this, and I was like, I will say though, it did throw me off a little bit because the kill team itself felt weird because it was mostly servitors.
It's 2 Mechanicus dudes. One dude that looks like he's got a balloon on his back, and the other guy, I don't remember their names because I read the article very quickly, very briefly. And then like 6 or 8 servitors.
Yeah, but the cool thing is that there's combat servitor, gun servitor, and then I can't remember the other ones.
I think there's a medical one. There's 2 other ones that do stuff, but then there's mainly gun and combat servitors.
Yeah, and
the thing that bothers me is I wanted Skitarii, at least 1 or 2 Skitarii.
We may get that in the future. Maybe go into a desert planet and get like that going.
I mean, Skitarii just kind of run hand in hand with them. That's the whole thing.
That is, but that's the whole thing too. And this is that like they've been known to operate their own little entourage for like Mechanicus. And for this, we may also see group activation with them because remember, it's supposed to be the 2 are controlling.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is reading the article, it said something about they all share knowledge, so they're a little bit more combat capable. So I'm wondering if one can see, kind of like Hero Tech Circle, like if one can see, you can use another one to be like bam bam.
And I think that's actually another key thing I was thinking about too is like if one can see another one, like you can draw a line of sights with other ones. Like I think that may be a thing too, like how they have it with Hero Tech, where you can like, oh, I can see from here, so then I can shoot you from here, kind of draw a line. But I think it will apply more to the guys themselves being able for like everyone to see line of sight. So it may be a crazy kind of thing they set up for it. But okay, And again, speaking of Imperial, let's talk about Blood and Zeal. Like,
Blood and Zeal.
I was so excited by this box, not just by one, but both teams. Okay, so the Sanctifiers, it's because, like he was saying, like I do have my love for kind of Imperial kind of stuff here.
This dude loves spreading the word of the Emperor. Inquisitorial agents, he's down.
I don't know. See, like, because I also like.
He also he has chaos. He's got a fair amount of chaos too. So
that's the other thing too. Is I like the duality of the chaos taint. So like I have a lot of different teams, but something about like and maybe it's just because the metal side of me is like chocolate. Like I love something about like holy brimstone and fire bullshit that's like burn out the demons. Like not if it's really happening, but the Ecclesiarch is that epitome of it. And let's just dive into some of these characters because like.
Well, real quick on that note, I saw it when this box got announced. I knew he was going to be all over the Ecclesiarch. I, on the other hand, was not excited about either one of these two teams. They did not really strike me as being too fun. I do like the look of the Goremongers more than the Ecclesiarch guys. I thought they were spiffy with their little metal legs. But actually reading their rules and the crap they can do, I'm way more pumped for the Goremongers than I have any right to be.
But that's okay because the box was pretty cool. I mean, okay, so the last couple boxes didn't really hit that hard for me. Like, I got the Rattlings out of the Rekka crew, but like I didn't really want. Like, I'm not a big Orcs fan.
I got the Terrain.
Yeah, and I wasn't a big Orcs fan. And then,
by the way, I am a Terrain whore.
Painted the whole set. So next time you see us do a battle report, you'll see that. Like our terrain is painted now. We have a Volkit set.
You're welcome.
But
live, rot, ruin, baby. We'll show you that later.
But overall, it was really cool because like I think the funny thing, what I thought they were actually going to do them dirty, kind of like I know some people think more or less the inquisitorial agents are like really OP and like with some of their abilities they are kind of like. I would guess they'll have to say some people don't like them as toxic. I don't see them as that way. I think they carry some flaws where their weaker hit points make them also kind of like difficult, where you have to be more defensive than aggressive. You have to make your calls for that. And I felt like, what?
Both these teams have so much bullshit right out of the box.
And that's kind of where I'm going with it.
That's why we're both like, that's why we brought this up. Because I mean, y'all have seen it, you read it. You looked at it, you perused the Reddit, you browsed whatever, you've been on Twitter, whatever. But you've seen this stuff. Like, some of this stuff is crazy.
So let's start with the easy one right here, the Ministorum Sermon. So you guys have heard about the whole talk about why this team is good. It's because they're able to throw, if you are the Confessor, a 6-inch radius. If you are one of the, I want to say, Orators, it is a 3-inch, of people benefiting from the Sermon. But usually, you're going to keep these people kind of close range. So you're kind of getting buffs on everybody. It's an aura buff through. And if you think about it, from where the Confessor is in the base range of who he is, he's literally casting a huge range. And remind yourself, they don't have to see it. They literally 6 inches.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then if I'm gonna assume that ITD, he can't get around the corner, but that won't matter because as long as the Orator's with them too, the Orator acts as a second kind of Confessor, or if you take any of the points where you'll sit on it, saying any of the objective markers, they'll all benefit from the sermons. Now, you would be like, what's the big deal with the sermons? So, let's just read it down. Strategic Gambit. Select one friendly Sanctifier operative. If a friendly Confessor operative hasn't been incapacitated, you must select it. Until you use the Strategic Gambit, again during the battle, that operative has Orator keyword. Whenever a friendly Sanctifier operative is within 3 inches of a friendly Orator operative, or 6 inches of their Orator is a Confessor, that friendly Sanctifier operative is benefiting from the sermon. Whenever a Sanctifier operative is activated within 3 inches of a friendly Orator operative, or 6 inches if the Orator is a Confessor, that friendly Sanctifier operative is benefiting from the sermon until the end of that activation, i.e., even if that moves more than the distance requirements from the Orator's operatives. So, that's just so you're seeing a bubble. You're not gonna have two going, but say if the Confessor is he's out or removed, you still get a 3-inch bubble. So it's you get a downgrade basically. So you see that they have the bubble, but on top of that, they're gonna benefit from negating taking damage. So it doesn't become easier to kill them, even though they're rolling on, I want to say, the 4+, if I'm correct. I want to say, 5+. So some of them are rolling on 5+. Not to mention, if you look at some of the operatives, any of the operatives like that stood out for you.
The fact that your gunner can take a chainsword.
Yeah.
The plasma gun and a chainsword, get out of here.
Plus,
I mean, that's not what anybody's going to take. They're going to take the melta-gun. But I still think you get a chainsword with the fucking melta-gun.
But you also get, like, the blaze, their little blaze ability.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. That's what I'm saying is you don't want to take the plasma gun because
No.
they got different. They got better. The melta-gun's way better.
Yeah.
But they still get to take a chainsword.
Yeah.
No other gunner's like, I got a chainsword.
Yeah, no,
Unless
it's...
you're chaos.
And then not to mention the, was it Miracleist?
Dude, that thing's broken.
Hey, Space Marine, slap, bye, and then like runs off with the 7 in your face.
7 or an 8.
7 or 8. Good lord, that's so.
That's a lot of damage for one smack.
Yeah, and like it literally hits on it too.
I mean,
How do you mess up that?
The best part though is it is only 1.
It is 1.
I mean, you're gonna kill pretty much everything. Well, not everything, but
You'll kill most of the humans. Like
pretty much everything. If you're not running in and immediately blasting everybody with the like, I would charge her in to groups and just be like, it's a 1-inch blast on that fucking. I don't even think you have to charge her in, but you can. But charge her in and just hit everybody with that holy wreath or whatever, holy fire, wreath and flames.
Yeah.
I don't know the name. I'm not gonna play him. He's gonna play him, so I don't know the name.
No, it's was it Burning Hands?
No, not burning.
Wreath and Fire. Yeah.
Which I believe you can shoot it and you. Cast it up close and personal.
It's 4 attacks, 2 of that.
Yeah.
And it has a blast of 1.
Yeah, so you can run.
That is so dumb. And like
these guys are supposed to be the fastest team in kill team now.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that too. So your Confessor, being a big baddie too, he takes let's say I think it's, if I'm correct, 10 wounds. Am I gonna take this correctly? I think it is like what do we got here? Yes, 10 wounds on a 5-up save. But remember, he's also benefiting from the sermon like everyone else. On top of that, he basically, when he makes a rush with his own ability, everyone else gets to charge with him that's in that radius of where it is. Like, I'm trying to remember where it's like,
You can't use it the first turning point, I guess.
Yeah.
It's one of those, but pretty much everybody within a 6-inch bubble of that guy can then do a free move, I believe.
Yep.
But they have to end closer to him, I believe.
The result is higher than the enemy operative's APL says. Okay. Yeah. Lead the procession.
The procession.
Yeah, that's what it is. An operative is like so. Lead the procession literally goes into whenever this operative is an orator and performs charge, fallback, or reposition action during its activation. You can use this role before it moves. If you do, determine each other friendly Sanctifier operative that's benefiting from the sermon. After this operative ends the action, each of those friendly Sanctifier operatives can immediately perform a free charge, fallback, or reposition action in an order of your choice, but each must end that move location where they are still benefiting from the sermon. So he can charge.
So pretty much, if you get him in the center, and everybody's strategically placed around him, you can move him and then move every other dude with you, blop up farther technically.
Yeah, and
that's nuts.
They get like it's just insane because their threat level now goes like they don't have just the regular inch or charge movement; they're having additional charge movement, and like it's just. I think it's crazy that they get the extra movement from it because you're just going like, dude. So now they can move like twice. So literally, they can get moved by him leading the procession, which will give them reach. So they'll take their regular 6. Right, or the charge, because they can charge or forward.
You could literally, because it said a move, reposition, or whatever, right? Or charge.
They just have to end in the certain
in the charge. So technically, if you place 4 dudes with decent weapon like chain swords and the flame stick, I don't remember what that's called, but I know it hurts. But you can charge a whole line of dudes all at once with that.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
So that's the Sanctifiers. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on that point? Like, do you guys think they're broken? Do you not? Do you think that? I mean, it seems like the opinion is they just need to be balanced, and I'm going to say in the wheelhouse, I kind of agree.
Well, you brought up broken, so let's talk about the other half of that broken box. We have the Goremongers. The dudes can't take more than 8 damage from being shot.
Yeah. So if you roll like, say if you have 5s, like even if it's say a 2-3 weapon, right? Your
And
best you roll is like 3s, and then like it could have a special perk, okay? But 3s, and say it has the 5 attacks. You hit all 5 attacks. You're looking at 12 damage across the board. He's only going to take 8.
Yep, they have 10 wounds. So, and then the next round, because of the Sanguivitea, which I tried, but there's no way I'm going to count that. But the blood works, so I'm going to call it because I can't pronounce that other word. But being able to get health back, do other abilities, and then let's talk about my favorite thing for them. I love getting within 2 inches of dudes and shooting them. I can take the wrist chains, and now I can swing 2 inches with my melee weapons.
That's so dumb. They literally get to take.
Beautiful.
It's a rank. So wait.
I get to be the god of war. Let's go.
They literally become gods war with the wrist chains.
Yeah.
Like, not to mention the rest of the benefits that they get from all their equipment. I mean, like, was it the fact that the Sanctifiers get their equipment is pretty decent. Like, it's not bad. But the theirs is so dumb. They literally benefit off every single one of them.
These teams are so broken that I'm going to enjoy playing it because I'm actually looking forward to this. So,
do you like how fast do you think that will come though? Like, because it launches next week, and like people are going to be wanting to like buy the box. Like, so, and what they just issued the errata. Like, yeah, and during the season you issued an errata.
For us, so just backstory. We are entered into our local kill team league.
Yeah.
And literally the day the league started, the errata came out.
Yeah, and it literally moved a lot of my inquisitorial agent stuff around, which I felt so ridiculous. But I mean, it wasn't horrible. It just
I took Kasserkin, and I am not doing well.
So you can see this. Anyway, back to this team.
The Goremongers?
Yes.
They're dude. The guy that can climb up the side of the building, like if you attack from above or attack on a rooftop, he gets bonuses. That's sick. The guy, like, I'm a little iffy on the harpoon dude because he's the only one with any range. But I like with the pistols.
Oh yeah,
you run them up and you pick them off, and then that lets you give somebody else blood. You know, the blood, because they start with the blood tank and it's full, half full, or empty. And they can do stuff with that, like heal D3 wounds, die and blow up for D3 plus plus 2 damage for a full tank, plus 1 for a half tank, 0 for plus just for D3 for 0. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, they're gonna be interesting.
Yeah, and I think it's the one thing I never liked about certain kill teams is like they have like a caveat like that, right? So it's like it's a good thing that they start off with half tank from the get go. So that's like a good thing because they can spend that. Which could also drop them down, meaning they're at a low tank. And if I think they were also saying if they try to spend it, they actually will take mortal wound damage for trying to use like blood they don't have, right?
I think so, yeah.
I think that's where, and if not, correct this.
Something along those lines.
But like, it doesn't mean they can get off the bat immediately the double move, but it also sees benefit because they get balanced at half tank.
They get all kinds. There's so much to talk about in this. We could go on for at least a couple hours.
Well, again, that's what we're going to highlight at this point.
Yeah, no, we're just trying to do quick highlights here, but being able to charge, fight, and then charge again, and then fight, there's a lot going on here. Like, just ridiculous with this team. Like, they do mortal wounds on charging, just so much.
Oh yeah, the charging. So if they charge you, they can basically do mortal wounds to you too. But what we were talking about is the tanks, is the gore tanks. Like,
yes, that's what it's called. Blood tank. I call it the blood tank. Might as well.
Yeah, but they have like rejuvenate, mania, fury, rake, surge, rage, like, and they all have different benefits. So like, you can basically give them any perk from like all of us, the kill teams, but you can only do it if like the tank is like half full or full, or you can take the risk and take the damage and try to use it on an empty status. But the way you all actually replenish it is by incapacitating other people. Mm-hmm. Plus, there was a couple other abilities they were talking about where you can actually fill the tank, but without.
There's equipment that lets that you're always going to stick on the leader. That lets him literally keep his tank full almost all the time. There's guys that like spread out. Like when you killed somebody with the ritual blade, you can give somebody else a full tank of blood. Gore tank.
Yeah.
Like, there's This team is going to be wild, and I can't wait to see the shenanigans that come from these two teams.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be the next errata is going to be, I'm guessing, at least half these two teams.
Yeah, and it's going to be kind of interesting for that because it's like, I really think that it will come faster because of these two teams. Like I feel like everyone is kind of seeing the glaring like standouts.
It's still going to come every quarter. This is what it comes out. That's what they got to do, but.
Because either they do something about this team, or what happens is it comes back in another form where like they try to bump everybody else up.
A fact or something, a frequently asked questions that they like, hey, look, haha, we do this instead.
Yeah,
but we'll see how it goes.
No, you're right. I mean, that's ultimately what it is. But guys, tell us what you guys think of the new upcoming releases that are going on. My name has been Hev7erx.
I'm the Redx.
And guys, we're gonna get out of here and we're gonna go.
I'm gonna go eat.
I'm gonna go paint some more figures. So
I'm gonna eat his figures.
Don't make my figures.
Dude, I want to 3D print some figures so we can eat them with the Tyrannids.
Let's go do that.
It's hard for me to get up from here.
Doesn't matter.